I'm Mike Hamlar, host of the New Virginia Economy. And today we welcome our guest, David Manley, Executive Director of the Joint IDA of Wythe County. David, welcome.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks for making the drive, short drive, but we appreciate you coming down.
Smooth drive today.
Smooth, nice and smooth, nice weather, we're good to go. So tell us what's going on in Wythe County.
Well, Wythe County's always been a hub of activity and currently is really no exception. Our organization is funded by the three local governments. That's Wythe County, the town of Wytheville, and the town of Royal Retreat. And so we try to be supportive of projects going in all of those communities. We primarily and largely are an industrial development authority. That's our name. So we're after manufacturers and trying to grow our manufacturing base. We also try to be supportive of our current industrial manufacturing base, to keep them happy, growing, and thriving, to be thriving companies for the long term.
Yeah, I know you got one in particular that we talked about was Progress Park. So yeah, I mean, it's a huge facility. I mean, I know Gatorade is about almost $1 million square foot. I mean, 1 million square foot facility.
Yes.
I mean, that's an astronomical amount of space.
Yeah, more than 1,000 people go to work in Progress Park every day. Thousands of trucks going out of there every month. It's built for business. It's got a tremendous amount of infrastructure. There are graded lots in there of all different shapes and sizes. There's rail access. Pretty much anything a business needs to be successful is available in Progress Park right now. And permitting aside, we can break ground pretty quickly and put a building up in a very short amount of time if somebody needs that.
Yeah, that's really exciting. And there's always incentives out there as well for businesses.
Yeah, and we try to sweeten the pot beyond incentives to show that we have a good workforce, that we have the infrastructure a company needs, that we can support them for a sustainable long period of time. Sustainability in business is important. You can come in and make a big splash and hire, but we want them to stay there. We want a long-term arrangement with our employers, and it's good for our citizens, it's good for our tax base, it's good for everybody.
Yeah, that's awesome. So tell us about the economic impact. I know you guys work with a lot of folks, and it's great seeing that cooperation between the jurisdictions there. So tell us about that.
Yeah, partnerships and collaboration are critical in economic development. Whether it's working with our K through 12 system or Wytheville Community College, or the Advanced Manufacturing Centers of Excellence that are based in Abingdon but throughout the region. We believe collaboration is the way to really succeed. None of us can do the things we can do on our own that we can do together. So crossing county lines, companies don't care what county they're in. They want to know that they can get the workers they need and have the infrastructure they need to support their business. And while we can certainly offer that in Wythe County, they don't care if their folks are commuting from Bland or Carroll or Grayson or Galax or somewhere else. So we're happy that people do that. We have almost 7,000 people a day that drive into Wythe County to work. And
wow.
So we've got several that drive out too, but there's lots of opportunity, economically speaking, for businesses of all size. I was talking about manufacturing and industrial sort of businesses, but we work with small businesses, mom and pops, entrepreneurs, downtown, tourism-based businesses, just a little bit of everything. We're not the lead organization for tourism or downtown, but we try to be supportive of those when possible. And sometimes that means just getting out of the way too.
Yeah, I was driving down a couple weeks ago, and it looks brand new down there. You're talking about some new streets and streetscapes and landscape and all kinds of stuff.
There have been really significant investments made in both towns, Wytheville and Royal Retreat, revitalizing their downtowns, and some significant projects like the Royal Retreat Depot, the farmers markets in both towns, the streetscape project, signage that's going to be in place. Those are all just tremendous assets. And when we're talking about placemaking as being an asset in economic development, that helps us do our job and letting people know that we live in vibrant communities and they can live out in the country, or they can live in a more, not urban environment, but a small town environment, and that we do have life after hours and there are things to do. So we try to portray the accuracy that our community is a great place to live.
Yeah, so I know it's not just Progress Park, but I know that's one of the big focuses that we've been talking about. Are there any other projects that you want to discuss or talk about?
Like I mentioned, we work with all different site types and sizes of projects. Progress Park is really our big focus. A lot of money's been invested there, frankly. And like I mentioned, 1,000 people go to work there every day or more. And we have lots of interest in Progress Park. We have 166 graded acres in lot 24, and that's rail served. Well, that's a very unique proposition in Virginia and in our region. So that's really our number one priority, is trying to push that out. They call it whale hunting sometimes in economic development, but we feel like we're going to catch one before too long. There's lots of interest, and there's no reason that it won't be the right fit for a particular company.
Yeah, I know some of those pad sites were pretty large, and they couldn't be subdivided, I think. I mean, basically, you guys are open for business, as you say.
That's
right?
exactly right. We don't want to be a barrier. We don't want anything to stand in the way of somebody being successful in our community, and we're willing to talk to just about anybody and just about anything to make that happen.
Yeah, that's great. So any final words, any final things you want to give our listeners and our viewers?
You know, I would just encourage folks to visit our website at withida.org. It's got a wealth of information to come visit us. Progress Park is off of 2 different interstate exits.
Yeah.
You can get to it about 3 or 4 different ways. There's a new access road that's going to be constructed.
Oh, yeah. Saw that, yeah.
Utility improvements are always underway, so we're continuing to make advancements. And Wythe County, like I said, is open for business.
Well, let me ask you one more thing before we go.
Please.
So when you're talking about the rail, I don't think some people understand how important that is for a major company, especially with manufacturing, because that means you can get things in and out and they don't have to go on 81.
That's right. Raw materials, we have companies that use the rail now in Progress Park and other places in Wythe County, bringing in raw materials to make their products, whatever that may be, and some ship out on rail.
Right.
For some products, it is critical. You know, it wouldn't be necessarily for the refrigerated product that you need to get across country, but
Right.
there are lots of commodities and different things that rail's great. Norfolk Southern's a great partner for us with that.
Awesome. Awesome. Dave, thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. As always, I want to thank our sponsors again, thank our guest, David Manley, and thank you for tuning in and for listening. For more information, go to newvirginiaeconomy.com.